Hello and welcome to another update on Bitcoin. We start here on the daily time frame for everybody who, who's new on the channel. We didn't cover the daily chart earlier today, but we'll take a look at it now. Overall, bigger picture, still likely in this fifth wave to the upside. I mean, could this pullback, could this correction be like the last chance to get positioned in this bull market? Because I'm only really watching for one more high. I mean, again, I'm not expecting a larger correction until we break support. We need to break support, and there will be new support levels that will come up, that will arise once this pullback is over. And at the moment, the expectation would be that this is a correction, maybe an ABC structure, which should then complete ideally in the blue zone. But if that's not enough, 92,830, it could extend a little lower, potentially to around about 81,350. As long as we're holding that level, overall higher still expected. And then when we go higher, there will be further support levels that I will continue to track as we go higher. And once these break, I will be on high alert for potential impulses to the downside, which could mark the beginning of a much larger correction and potentially even a downtrend unfolding, a bear market or something, right? So could this correction be the last opportunity, you could say, to get positioned for the next rally towards 130K? And just a quick reminder, I'm not saying 130K is going to be the last rally. I would say I would not expect more, okay? I would not expect more, but it can certainly extend. I'm not saying 130K is the end. I say this is like a magnet, this level where the rally could end, but we have to see how the price reacts, to this level. And 130, 135K can easily extend further. But if we take everything what we know and all the information, all the data that's there, then the 130K level seems to be a key level. And yeah, this could be the last pullback before the next move up, at least on this wave degree. I mean, there will always be small pullbacks along the way, but you then have to go to a smaller and smaller time frame. Like, remember here the correction that happened in April into the April lows, February, March, April. I also said, like, this could be the last main pullback, but this was a fourth wave, and we're now in this fifth wave. But of course, in this fifth wave, there are smaller degree pullbacks along the way. And then even if we form a low here, we could even rally higher. But then again, there will be small pullbacks. So, but then you have to go to an even smaller time frame. You have to zoom in, take the magnifying glass, and yeah. So it's gonna get tougher and tougher as we go higher, in my opinion. Buying the bear market lows was, let's say, I don't want to say easy, but it was much lower risk than buying now. Okay, you just have to make sure that you have your risk management spot on right now. And I would still expect this correction to unfold a little lower based on what I see here on the larger time frame. It's because so far this pullback was quite shallow, was quite weak, and the overall larger correction, could send us into this support area. We'll see if it happens. I mean, there's never a guarantee for a pullback, but we have the support area documented on the chart. It is a support zone that might get tested, yeah. And if it gets tested, then we can watch for reaction at one of these Fibonacci levels. For now, the 99,220 level seems like an ideal target. But as you can see, we're kind of moving sideways at the moment there, which is clearly corrective price action. That's corrective. Can also correct over time, just sideways. But for further clarity, we need the smaller time frame, which we're going to move towards now. So smaller time frame count is here. Smaller time frame shows you how this C wave to the downside could unfold. In the B wave, here's this $99,200 level, the first ideal target. If we break below these swing lows that we've formed here, yeah, okay, there might be this one along the way, 100,500, but from a Fibonacci point of view, this one is not far away. And I explained to you in the previous video, there are two pathways that the market could take, either white or yellow. They are very, very similar. In the white scenario, we're tracking a diagonal pattern to the downside, wave 1, wave 2, A, B, C in wave 3. Then there could be a wave 4 and a wave 5. In the yellow scenario, we have wave 1, wave 2, slightly different wave structure. and the third wave and the fourth wave, slightly different size and everything, and we could go like that. Very similar, should lead to the same end result. The main question is the size of the bounce. Okay, let's zoom in. Size of the bounce. So market has formed here something that looks a little bit like a triangle that could still unfold as a triangle. In the white count, this might be a wave 4 triangle here maybe, yeah, which could then lead to a fifth wave down. We talked about that. We can watch for further downside more directly as long as we are holding below 105,550. Hasn't changed since the last update. We're still holding below resistance. And as long as we don't break above 105,550, this could be some kind of a wave 4 triangle here. And then watch for a breakout below the trend line here and the swing low from the Tuesday, 17th of June. $103,400 would be a breakdown point. Breaking above 105,550 should send us into the 106.8 to 107.7K area in a wider B wave in the yellow scenario, which should then, however, lead to a C wave down from there. From a short trade point of view, this upper resistance area would probably be a better entry. Can happen. I think it would look better with that larger B wave, but for now, the market is still consolidating. Quite interesting. There was quite a fight between bulls and bears earlier today. Not sure if you followed that live, but here it was quite interesting here. Bulls did win temporarily, but we haven't really pushed above any of the previous highs, so just consolidation. And that should give you all the resistance levels. I would really only have to change the count with a break above $107,750 if we get a decisive break above this level. Yeah, that's the update on Bitcoin. So consolidation, downward move, maybe short-term upside, but then down. That would be the yellow count, which I would like to see actually. I think that just looks a little bit more likely, but we're still holding below lower resistance. And if the market breaks down directly, which can always happen, then this 99,260 level will be next key support. That's the update on Bitcoin. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And yeah, if you're interested, check out our membership. We now also, I know we have a lot of Spanish-speaking community members here. If you're interested, check out our Spanish-speaking membership. You get a special price for the first 250 members. And you can keep that price as long as you stay with us. There are countless daily updates on different coins. You know, you can put in requests, long-term updates. You get the possibility to ask questions. You get tons of educational material here. So check it out if you're interested. The link to our membership is in the description. You get lots of short-term updates even between the videos. But that's the same for our English-speaking community. And also check out our X profile if you want to join us over there. There are also additional updates to be found here in addition to the ones on YouTube. I've linked those in the description and comment section. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.